After the first 2 seasons in this series, the Colorado Rockies have officially rebranded to the Denver Bears. A new ownership group has come in and taken over and decided to put the city of Denver back on the front of the jerseys. Rewind back to the 1900s when the Denver Bears were the first professional baseball team, and they had a pretty good following. I mean, they had a pretty good fan base as baseball was brand new to the city. Denver already has the Broncos and Nuggets. Now it's time to bring baseball back to the city of Denver. Now, we did not have a very good start to this series. We traded away Trevor Story. We ended up getting an outfielder in Will Benson, who will be our starting right fielder in opening day. But we do have a couple of building blocks in the future, including outfielder Zach Veen, who is our #1 prospect and has been since the beginning of this series. And then we have Mohamed Willingham, who is a first baseman, a power hitting guy. Scouts compare him to Albert Pujols. He has that type of potential with his bat. We saw both in spring training, both hit for over 280 each. And now here we are on opening day, as they will get their chance in the future. But today, it's all about the Bears. Welcome to Dish Network Field. It's a packed house here and a sold-out crowd to see the Denver Bears make their debut. We have a ton of new guys to look forward to. Gary Sanchez behind the plate. He signed a 2-year, $28 million deal. Jose Iglesias and Charlie Blackmon are both on the last years of their contract, but the big signing in the offseason was Luis Severino. He signed a 5-year deal worth close to about $150 million, paying him about $30 million a year. We also signed Ronald Odor for depth, and we also signed a couple of relief pitchers as well. So getting into this episode, we will go up against the San Diego Padres to open the season here in season number 3, as they return a lot of the same starters, as they will put out Blake Snell on the mound to face Luis Severino. Severino comes over from the Yankees after being a lifelong Yankee here. 1.22 whip last year. He was in a contract year. He did pretty well. 3.07 ERA as well. And one thing that I love about him, he has not been hurt often. 33 starts in this last season. So here is Barry Gasoldo to start out. Remember, they did make a trade in season 1 to acquire Barry Gasoldo. And let's see what he can do. Here's a ground ball to short, and Severino starts out his Denver Bears career with a ground ball put out. That brings up Tatis in the 3 spot with 2 outs, and he just hits a rocket to the left side. It's so hard to play this team. They have Tatis and Machado back-to-back. You got to deal with those 2 every single time. So here is Machado at the plate here now with Tatis on first, and he's just looking at the high heat. Luis Severino gets out of the first inning, but pretty much no damage done, 1 hit given up. So let's see what our offense can do. Here is Jose Iglesias, who led our team in average last season, hitting over 300, hit about 308 last year, and he grounds out back to the pitcher. As that brings up Keston Hiura, who's hitting in the 2 spot today. He's going to check swing at that one, but the blue says he goes around. I'm not sure about that call, as that brings up Charlie Blackmon on the last year of an $18 million deal here, as he hits one hard to left side, and that one will get down. Gasoldo dies for that one, and he can't make the catch. And we have our first hit as a Denver Bears organization. And Charlie Blackmon, he is interesting, 75 overall, but he's going to decline quite a bit with that age. Gary Sanchez at the plate. He gets one right over the middle of the plate, but it's just a ground ball to third, and we will get out of that inning with no runs across the plate. Brendan Rodgers up to the plate here in the second inning, as he had a hot spring training. He goes up the middle, continuing to hit the ball well. I decided to give him the opening day start because of how well he did in spring training. He hit over 380 in the spring. That brings up Will Benson, who we traded for Story back in season 1, and he will walk. As that brings up Hitor Takahashi, who gets the opening day start here in center field. He hits a blooper to center field, and that one will get down. But look at this, the runners were not running. Thrown on to second, it's a force out. It will just be a fielder's choice. as that brings up Severino. Let's see if he can help himself out here at the plate, and he is going to be behind on that swing. The fastball blows right by him, and it's still 0-0 on to the 4th inning now. Here is Tatis at the plate now once again. Here in his second at-bat, 1-for-1, as he got that hit earlier, and he will walk. As that brings up the middle of their order, Manny Machado. Let's see what he can do. They got to be sending Tatis here. They won't, but it's a ground ball to second, and it's going to be a double play. And we will get out of the 4th. Severino's looking pretty good early on. So here is Rogers up for his second at-bat. Can he go 2 for 2 to start this day? And he will swing and miss at a slider over the plate. And both teams getting through 4 innings with no damage done. Severino versus Snell. This is going to be a potential future, I can see this as a playoff series or even a clinching series to get to the playoffs, a crucial pitching matchup. As here's a ground ball up the middle. And through 5 innings, how about Severino? He has not done pretty much anything bad. So that's going to bring up the top of the order here in the 6th inning. Here's Barry Gasaldo. He gets walking. That brings up Cronenworth to the plate, who is 0 for 2. Inside pitch. Strike him out. Throw him out. That is going to be an excellent throw from the knees of Gary Sanchez, the new signing in the offseason. He comes up throwing, even with the batter falling across the plate. So that's going to bring up Jose Iglesias here in the bottom of the 6th inning, but he has not been doing well so far to start this season. He had an off spring training, and now it continues into game number 1. Hira up to the plate now, hitting in the 2 spot, and he will walk. So now we have a man on first, and look at this. The pitching coach comes out to talk to Blake Snell, and he will pull him. Very, very interesting move here as they go to the bullpen and bring in Yu Darvish, who actually was really, really good last year. But interesting that they would pull Snell here in this situation. He was not doing anything wrong. He just walked a guy. So Yu Darvish into pitch here, facing Charlie Blackmon, a high pitch in the zone, and that is going to be crushed. That one is gone. The first home run at Dish Network Field, a.k.a. The Dish. 403 feet for Charlie Blackmon. He goes deep, and that one gives us a 2-0 lead here in the 6th inning. And how about the middle of our order? I just love it. Hira, Blackmon, Gary Sanchez, Fuentes, Will Benson will also hit in the middle of that lineup. It's going to be an awesome lineup right there. So here in the 8th inning, still up 2-0. Severino is still on the mound at his 107th pitch now, and that is a fly ball to left. He's still going. Here's Will Myers at the plate. He hits one hard down the left field line. That one will get to the wall, and let's see what Blackmon does. He will field it off the wall, throw into the cutoff man. Does overthrow him, though, and it's a double here to start out the 8th for the San Diego Padres with 1 out. Will Myers, as that one brings us to the end of Severino's day. No runs given up with the potential to have 1 earned run on second. But we go to the bullpen and we bring in Scott Alexander, who was one of our free agent signings. He came over from the Dodgers. He's a lefty, 112 whip. I really love what he did last year, 2.73 ERA. So that's going to bring up Trent Grisham. It was a lefty-on-lefty matchup, and I really like that matchup, and we just walk him. So C.J. Abrams comes up, though, to pinch hit for Darvish, and we get the double play. We are through 8 innings, no runs given up to the Padres. How about this turn, though? Fuentes to Rogers. Hopefully Fuentes can stick in the lineup here. He was hitting well to end last season, and now we move on to the 9th. And we bring in an old friend. Scott Oberg comes in after signing a 2-year contract back with Denver, as he was with the Rockies in season 1 after we traded him. And here he's facing Barry Gasaldo at the plate again. Here's a fly ball to right field, and that one will get to the wall, and it does get fielded off the wall by Hito Takahashi, who gets it in. Nice throw to the cutoff man, and it will be a leadoff double here as Cronenworth comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3 in this game, 3-2 count, and that one painted the zone, but it looks like they will call a ball 4 on that one, as that brings up Tatis, a guy that we're pretty fearful of in this lineup. Him and Machado, you definitely don't want them at the plate in situations like this. 2-2 pitch outside. He hits one hard to the shortstop, and that's going to be missed by Iglesias. That one gets to the outfield, gets past Hitor Takahashi. We come up throwing to the cutoff man. The first run comes in. The second one will also score. 2-2 here in the ninth inning. Tatis comes through. And wow, a blown save by Oberg. We've seen this story before. So we go to the bullpen and just take out Oberg. I cannot believe this. We traded him because he blew saves back in season 1. We signed him, and I guess we don't learn the same lesson. So here, up 2-2. Here's a ground ball up the middle, and that is going to be another single. Machado, and that one is a throw to the plate, and Tatis will score. 3-2. The blown save by Oberg definitely comes back to bite us, and we're now down by 1 in the ninth inning. Here's Eric Hosmer at the plate. Another ground ball up the middle. Stepping on second is Iglesias and throwing on to first. And that one will be a double play. We could have used that one earlier. And now it is 3-2. Two outs, 3-2 count, and a fly ball to left. But now our offense is going to have to come back here in the ninth inning and answer after that 3-run blown save ninth. So they bring in Keon Keela, who's going to come out of the bullpen. I believe that's how you say it. I don't watch a lot of Padres games. 48 games last year. He had 32 holds as well. Pretty good for him. 134 whip, which isn't great, but it isn't too bad as well. That brings up Charlie Blackmon, who homered earlier in the game. Can he tie this game up on one swing of the bat? He is 2 for 3 in this game as well. 3-2 count. And he swings at one. 99 mile an hour out of the zone. Up and away. And that's one out here. That brings up Gary Sanchez. These are the guys you want up here in the ninth inning too. And he swings at one and he gets fooled. A curveball in the dirt. 2 outs here on opening day. We could blow a lead here to start out this Denver Bears era. That brings up Fuentes to the plate. He hits one hard to the left side, and that was an excellent hit on that one. Perfect on that swing. And now 2 outs as that brings up Brendan Rodgers, who had a very good spring training. 1 for 3 in this game. 3-1 count. And it's an outside fastball. And now we have life. Man on first and second. That will bring up Will Benson, who struggled in spring training. He is 0 for 2 today. He hit .213 last year. And now with the man in scoring position, he has a chance to tie this game up. 3-2 count, 2 outs. This one will be right over the plate. And he's just a bit early on that one. Can't believe he missed that pitch. So 3-2 count again. The pitch is on right over the middle again. And Will Benson does not miss. That one is a walk-off on opening day. 458 feet off of the bat of Will Benson. How about that for an opening day? We couldn't get Severino the win, but this feels even better. Will Benson, the guy we traded for Trevor Story, ends up coming through in the clutch. And we get the victory here at home in downtown Denver. You just gotta love it. Wow, Will Benson with that power. That is the potential with this lineup. We have so much power. I mean, everybody can hit the ball. I am excited about this season. If that doesn't get you fired up about this season, I don't know what will. But how about the game from our young guys? Will Benson, walk-off home run. Brendan Rodgers also 1 for 3. And then Takahashi didn't do too bad. I didn't show too much of him, but he played pretty well in the outfield. You saw that hit off the wall from Barry Gasol, though. He stopped the triple. That wouldn't have happened in seasons past. So we move on here in this opening series, and we face the Padres 4 times, but we lose 2-6 and 1-4 the next couple of games. So now we go into the last game of this series, and we are 1-2 to their 2-1, and we are back at the dish. This time, Mike Leake is on the mound here. Now, I wanted to put him at the number 5 spot in the rotation, but he's been so good that I had to put him at that 4 spot because he had an excellent spring training. He is 35 years old, aging obviously, but I got to keep him around. The production is there. So here we start the first inning here, and Mike Leake on the mound. He doesn't give up too many hits, but this time he does. Cronenworth goes to left field, and that one gets all the way to the wall. Garrett Hampson playing in center field this time. He throws it to the cutoff man, and a leadoff triple. That is called Triples Alley out there. That is about 415 feet in that little corner, but Cronenworth actually suffers a very serious ankle injury. Tough luck for the Padres. It could possibly be a season ender. Tatis at the plate hitting .364 on the year. Ground ball up the middle. That one will be grounded and thrown onto first. And that is Roned Odor playing second base today. So 1-0 game here in the first inning as that brings up Eric Hosmer, and he does strike out as Mike Leake gets the strikeout on that one. As they have Mike Clevenger on the mound, they bring in Delino DeShields for the injured Cronenworth. Let's see what Jose Iglesias can do to lead off this game here with 1 out. He's batting in the second spot. He has not started out great. He's hitting below 100. Charlie Blackmon at the plate, who homered in the first game, and this one is crushed to the right side. That one will leave the park in a hurry. 2-1 here for Denver off of the bat of Charlie Blackmon. 448 feet. He is such a good hitter. Even in a down here, he still hit .270. That landed us second on the team in average, and that one was absolutely crushed. Fuentes at the plate. He gets one over the middle of the plate. This one's got carry, but it will stay in the park. Will Myers runs that one down just at the warning track. So now in the second inning, here's Gary Sanchez. He follows his fellow teammate Blackmon, this time to left field. That one is a home run. We all remember in Denver, the ball will carry 453 feet. And how about that from Gary Sanchez? If he can get going, it's going to be an excellent year, because having Blackmon, Gary Sanchez, Will Benson, all these guys that can hit home runs, Keston Hiura as well, I mean, it's going to be excellent. So 3-1 game here in the fourth inning as Mike Leake with a grand on second base gives up a hit, and that one will score Tatis from second. And that's the thing with our outfield arms. We need to use the cutoff mans a little more, and that one will be a run scored. As we move on to the bottom of the fourth inning now, Clevenger in a little bit of trouble, bases loaded with Hampson at the plate, but he does get us to pop out to center field. But we will tag the runner. Here's a throw from Grisham. The throw is right on line, but the slide is better. Hiura scores from third base, extending this lead to 2 runs. It's now 4-2 as we move on to the fifth inning. San Diego with guys in scoring position once again, and another hit to left side. They're so good at hitting with runners in scoring position, and that one will score 2. And it's a tie ball game here in the fifth inning. So move on to the seventh inning. Here is Nick Goody on the mound here, as he was our acquisition in the Rule 5 draft, as he hits one to right field, or gives one up to right field, and that one will be another hit by Barry Gasaldo. He has turned out to be a very good trade for the Padres. So here's Delino DeShields at the plate. He goes down the right field line. That one will be run down. Takahashi playing in right field today, giving Will Benson the day off, as that one will be caught, but 1 out still in the inning. Tatis at the plate now. Here's Takahashi in right field. Let's see what he does coming up throwing. You know Gasaldo's got that 82 speed. He's going to run on this one, and the throw is up the line, and that one will score. The runner from third base. Sacrifice fly for Tatis. Tatis and Machado are just killing us, and so is Barry Gasaldo this episode. Keon Keela comes to the mound once again to hopefully close this one out and maybe a 6-out save for the Padres. And here is Blackmon at the plate. He's already went deep against this team in this series, as he does watch that one on the inside part, bringing it to a 3-2 count. 1 out. Outside pitch. He hits one hard up the middle. But look at the play by Tatis, but the throw is offline. So Charlie Blackmon notches another hit. He's off to a hot start this year, as that brings up Keston Hiura in the 8th inning. Now with a man on first base, he hits one deep. So many home runs in episode 1. It is a home run. 6-5 for the Bears. We have so much home run potential. Blackmon, Hiura, Benson, Fuentes, Sanchez, all of these guys are hitting well to start this year. So that brings up Fuentes to the plate, and he gets one to the left side. You know, one guy I'm looking forward to developing is Fuentes. Even at the tender age of 30, he is going to be a guy that I really, really like developing because, you know, a lot of guys do hit their best between ages 29 and 32. I think that can happen with Josh Fuentes. He's actually 29, not 30. So that brings up Odor to the plate. This is his first at-bat you're seeing from him, and he hits one hard to the left side. We move on to the 9th inning. Now, I don't want to use Scott Oberg in this situation. I want to move him out of that closing spot. So here's Robert Stevenson on the mound, and he gets a strikeout looking that time, 1 out to start the 9th inning. That brings up Barry Gasaldo with 2 outs, and he goes up the middle. Man, is he killing us. We just need to get this next out. We cannot get Tatis at bat. So here is Delano DeShields at the plate, and it's a ground ball to third. There we go. We start out the season 2-2, splitting with the Padres. What a great start to this year for the Denver Bears. You can already see the potential with this lineup. You can already see what we're trying to build here. And then we have awesome young players coming up. I was surprised that Takahashi made the opening day roster. When I was in the offseason, I did not expect that. But Takahashi showed me some things, and I love what he does, especially with his glove as well. He's pretty good there. But we start out the season 2-2. You can already see what we are looking to build, power in the middle of our lineup, and also use a little bit of speed with Takahashi and Garrett Hampson. I want to definitely swipe some more bags this year, and hopefully that will be the case. We need to get Jose Iglesias going, though. He is off to a rough start, hitting below 100, but everybody else is hitting pretty well, and I'm excited for the future. And I'm excited to start season number 3. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. So thank you guys for tuning into this episode. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. Keston here gets player of the game, 2 for 4. Charlie Blackmon also goes 2 for 4. Our 3-4 hitters doing pretty well. So stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still trying to fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on.